You can travel thousands of miles from home, step off a plane into an unfamiliar culture, and almost immediately spot those bright golden arches. When you walk through those doors, you know exactly how the fries will taste, how long it will take to get them, and what it will cost. That level of absolute, unyielding predictability is the core product. But the restaurant industry didn't naturally start out this way. Take a look at this photograph of a classic 1940s drive-in. Diners would sit in their cars, wait for a car hop, and navigate huge menus with completely unpredictable wait times. The entire process was slow, highly customized, and full of friction. Two brothers in California, Richard and Maurice McDonald, looked at that chaotic model and stripped it down to its bare studs. They eliminated the car hops entirely. They slashed the menu down to a handful of items: burgers, fries, and shakes. They removed the customization that caused delays. Look at the geometry in this early stand. They completely redesigned the kitchen layout to function like a factory floor. One person grilled, another dressed the bun. Customers ordered at a single walk-up counter. Every physical movement was calculated to shave seconds off the delivery time. By forcing strict assembly line logic into the kitchen, the brothers had successfully turned a manual service into a predictable industrial process. The system ran perfectly in a single location. Then a milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc visited the stand and recognized that the specialized labor and rapid output could function as a replicable algorithm. This animation demonstrates how franchising operated as Kroc's mathematical engine. Instead of slowly building corporate-owned stores, he leased the rights to the system to independent operators. The blueprint could rapidly duplicate across hundreds of towns simultaneously. To make sure the expansion didn't break the system, Kroc enforced brutal standardization. The distance between the grill and the fry station, the exact thickness of a pickle, the precise temperature of the oil, every metric was dictated from the top down. A kitchen in Illinois had to operate exactly like a kitchen in California. This photo of Kroc standing beneath the "over 1 billion served" sign proves the efficacy of that extreme standardization. By obsessing over perfect replication, Kroc turned a local efficiency project into a global scaling engine. Through the 1970s and 80s, the scaling engine aggressively pushed outward. The machine replicated across Europe, South America, and Asia. Look at this Japanese menu board. To conquer diverse global markets, the system deployed a brilliant adaptation trick. The operational hardware, the speed, the fryers, the kitchen layout, remained completely identical, but they swapped the localized software, introducing items like teriyaki and shrimp burgers to bypass cultural resistance. Behind this logistical triumph was a massive marketing apparatus. They took this aggressive, hyper-efficient industrial process and draped it in bright colors, toys, and playgrounds. They packaged raw predictability and sold it to consumers as emotional comfort. Families learned to trust the arches because they never produced a surprise. The industrial machine had successfully integrated itself into daily human life as a universally understood language. The machine was built to optimize speed and cost. It was entirely blind to human biology. As the engine scaled, global obesity rates began to climb, and public awareness regarding nutrition started to sharpen. Then came a brutal, highly public stress test. The documentary Super Size Me subjected a human body to nothing but the machine's output for 30 straight days. This time-lapse simulation illustrates the rapid physical toll of that concentrated diet. The medical data extracted from that month, massive weight gain, rapidly skyrocketing cholesterol, and a sharply declining liver, provided undeniable quantitative proof that the optimized food was biologically dangerous when consumed as designed. The cultural crash was immediate. Medical professionals, regulatory bodies, and fitness advocates targeted the high-fat, heavy sugar, and hyper-processed ingredients. Parents stopped trusting the happy branding. The exact feature that made the machine globally dominant, the cheap, hyper-processed predictability of the ingredients, was suddenly exposed as its most profound liability. A business model built on absolute, unyielding consistency faces a unique crisis when its core product is suddenly viewed as a liability. Changing a system this rigid is a massive logistical risk. Notice the stark layout of this nutrition label. To survive the backlash, the company deployed emergency software patches to its menu. They introduced salads, upgraded the quality of their ingredients, and most crucially, put the exact caloric math front and center for the consumer to read. Simultaneously, they updated the physical hardware. They installed digital kiosks in their lobbies to streamline the ordering process, clawing back the operational efficiency they had lost while expanding the complex new menu. The negative feedback loop from the public didn't destroy the system. It forced the machine to rapidly iterate and evolve to maintain its hold on the market. Today, the operation remains deeply embedded in the global economy. It still serves millions of customers daily, generating massive, consistent profits. But the operational reality is entirely different than it was in the 1990s. The company now spends vast amounts of capital constantly justifying its ingredients and health standards to a deeply skeptical public. This visual scale illustrates the core tension. The desire for a faster burger forced an intense, ongoing debate about public health. Now, every consumer runs an internal calculation, weighing biological cravings against the long-term physical consequences of eating highly processed meals. The Golden Arches engineered a world-shaping logistical machine to provide absolute, frictionless convenience. We are left to continuously calculate the hidden costs.